So you are trying to move to Claremont, California. This video is just for you. Today we're gonna focus on the price points between 700 and 800,000, and that's gonna put you in South Claremont, and that's gonna be below Arrow or below the Village. The Village is where all the shopping and eating happens here in Claremont, and I'll show you some video of that so you can see how quaint and how beautiful the Village is and why so many people are moving to Claremont just for that. Hi, my name is Sebastian, and I am with our San Gabriel Valley with Keller Williams Realty in Pasadena, California. We work the San Gabriel Valley along with the Nella area properties, and that encompasses a lot of cities in this area. Make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe to this channel because we're gonna be doing a lot of videos with useful information that's gonna help you buy your next home. I work with Salud, my wife, and she does a lot of the back end stuff, including paperwork and marketing. And for me, I do the negotiations and the face-to-face contact when it comes to you, the client, and also negotiating with other realtors that are selling the houses that you are gonna be buying. If you are looking to relocate to San Gabriel Valley, and in this case, Claremont, make sure you send us a message, you email us, or you call us, whether that is in the next 9 days or the next 90 days. We want to make that move as smooth as possible. The first property I want to show you is this property on St. Bonaventure, and this is actually our personal house. You can see it there, the gray house behind me. That house we just bought in December of 2021. We did get a good deal on the property. It was off market and it needed extensive renovations. So we bought the property for $550,000. At that time, fixer-uppers in South Claremont were going for about $675,000 to $680,000. So we definitely got a great deal, but we had to do a lot of work. So we did everything to the property, from the outside to the inside, bathroom, kitchen, all the mechanicals. And I think we spent almost $140,000 renovating the inside. And now we're finishing up the outside. We're gonna move on to the front lawn. We're also gonna put an ADU in the garage so we can rent it out later on. But this property used to be 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,000 square feet. So we took out one of the bedrooms and made it part of the living space so we can have an open concept, living room to kitchen, and that opened it up a lot more so that we can entertain and have people over. Properties on this block, most of them were built in the 1950s, and not a lot of them have been renovated since. But as the new buyers come in the last 5 to 10 years, they have been doing a lot of renovations. So you'll see a lot of the properties here are starting to look a lot better. But I think when you go inside of a lot of properties, you'll see that they need a lot of cosmetic renovations. It's still a great neighborhood and a great opportunity because North Claremont sells for way over this price range. So I think if you buy property here in the next 5 and 10 years, they're gonna appreciate to what North and Mid Claremont are today. Hi everyone. We just arrived at the second property. This is on the street Sycamore in South Claremont. I'll show you a little bit of the exterior of the home. You can see the garage. The paint needs a little bit of work. The landscaping also needs a little bit of TLC, and that's why I think this property is sitting on the market. This home behind me is priced for $740,000. It is 1,565 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and the lot size is around 7,000 square feet. In California, average lot sizes are going to be anywhere between 5 and 8,000 square feet. I know in some states that may sound small, but here is actually a little bit big because everything tends to be a little bit smaller in California. There's some places that are going to be between 8 and 10,000 square feet, and that's probably going to be your average bigger lot size. And anything above or bigger than 10,000 square feet for the lot size is going to be a good size where you're going to have a lot of options. Bigger houses in Claremont, North Claremont, and higher price points are probably going to have more land. But again, we're in South Claremont and prices tend to be a little bit more affordable here. Take a look at the pictures and you'll see that the house can use some TLC. At almost 1,600 square feet, this house renovated would probably be in the $850,000 to $900,000 range. This house is only a couple of blocks away from the first property we saw. That was our personal house, and also is about a 15-minute walk to the village, to the colleges. If you're gonna take a Lyft or Uber ride, that's probably gonna cost you anywhere between $5 and $10. You're probably gonna get there in less than 5 minutes. So it's very close in proximity to everything that Claremont has to offer. If you have kids that are relocating to California to go to the colleges here in Claremont, this is gonna be a perfect situation for them. And for you as a parent, this can be a great opportunity, because if you have the means, you could buy this property as a rental property for your kids and their friends at the colleges. They can be comfortable in the house. They can be close in proximity to the colleges, to everything at the village. Walkable, is very safe and comfortable here. And at the same time, this could be a great investment for you and your family, so that when they graduate in 4 to 6 years, depending on what they're doing, then you can sell the house for a profit. Most likely, houses are going to appreciate somewhere between 5 and 7% in the next coming years, every year. So this house may very well be in the 900,000s to $1 million in about 5 years. Something to know, we have been in business for about 11 years, and we do work with a lot of people that renovate properties, whether it's investors or home buyers that want to come in and customize their homes. As you saw in the first home, we did renovate the entire property with the exception of the foundation and framing. If you want to come to Claremont and you want to buy a fixer-upper, we have the full teams of contractors, architects, interior designers to help you customize the home. Something unique about Claremont is that there is no overnight parking here on the streets. What that does is that it relieves a lot of parking problems in the streets, the congestion of so many cars. What the city says that it reduces car thefts throughout the city because they have to be parked inside of the house. Another thing to note is that the city of Claremont does not allow fast food places to come into the city. I don't know why, but they haven't for a long period of time. The good thing is that there's a lot of adjacent cities like Pomona, Ontario, Montclair, and even Upland that have a very robust downtown, and they have a lot of fast food restaurants in case you don't want to miss out on those. Next, we're gonna go to another house close to our personal house and also about 15 minutes away from the village. So follow me there. We just arrived at the third location, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the streets here behind me, just so you can see the pride of ownership and how well some of the houses are being taken care of here on the streets. Let me tell you a little bit about Claremont. So Claremont is known because of the village in the middle of the city. They have a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, a very quaint type of feel, and a lot of people say that it looks like mid-America or somewhere in the East Coast of the United States here in California. California is known for Hollywood and a lot of the high rises, and here in Claremont you see something a little bit different. The phrase people use is that we have the city of trees and PhDs, and that's because of all the trees you see behind us over there is very lush. Another reason is also because of the colleges. So we have 9 colleges, very prestigious schools here in Claremont, and students from all over the world come in to get their bachelor's, master's, and PhDs. A lot of the city houses the students that come to the 9 colleges, and also the professors and administration that work at the colleges. It brings a big influx of professors, students, and people visiting those students, so that the city is always very alive and there's a lot of things to do out here. The city population is about 35,000 people, and we have about 12 schools, elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. The ratio between students and teachers is about 24 and 25 to 1. So now let me show you the house in question, and this house is going to be behind me there. You'll see it. This house is a little bit bigger than the rest of the houses on this street. Most of the streets here were built in 1950. They tend to be about 1,000 to 1,100 square feet, and the price points are about 7 to 750. This house is a little bit bigger than that and is sold just under 800,000 at 795,000, and it is 1,300 square feet. It needed some renovations, but it looks like the people that moved in did a bunch of renovations to the property, so now it's looking a lot better, and the value, I'm sure, went up also. The house is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The lot size is about 7,000 square feet. So now I'm gonna go over a couple of things in the market. Let's talk about days on market. Let's talk about what the market is doing now and in the next few months, and what you can expect as a buyer in Claremont. Hey everyone, to conclude our video today, I wanted to go over a little bit about what the market is doing, specifically here in Claremont. Overall, the market is mimicking everything happening in the US, which are a lot of price reductions. We're seeing the interest rates continue to go up, and one of our lenders tells us that the interest rates right now are closer to 5.99, 6.25. And that's for someone that has great credit and is putting 20% down. So you can imagine what other buyers are getting at this time. So you have to be mindful of that and pay attention to the interest rates and what's happening in the market to know if you have leverage in this type of market. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, but it really depends on what you want to do moving forward. And this video was specifically for South Claremont, and those are the houses that we showed you, and also the communities and neighborhoods that I was going around. But overall in Claremont, we have seen 13 homes sell in the last month. That is a very small number, and again, is because of very low inventory and because of interest rates going up. So buyers taking a pause or taking a step back and not wanting to be as aggressive when buying those houses. We do have 51 houses on the market right now, anywhere between $700,000 up to $3 million. As you can expect, all of the houses that are over $1 million usually are gonna be bigger in lot size, bigger living space, maybe closer to 3,000 square feet, and maybe better renovated. When it comes to price per square foot, we're hovering somewhere between $550 and $600 a square foot. Again, there's a lot that you can do with fixer-uppers, so don't be afraid to go after a fixer-upper that you can put a little bit of elbow grease and maybe a little bit of money to improve the property. That's going to go a long way. Think about how long you plan on living in this property, because that's really going to determine what you do to the property. In Claremont, we are seeing a lot of construction in the west side of Claremont. When you look at the map, you'll see that on town, there's a proposed plan that was approved already by the city, and they're just waiting for different things to happen to start that project. They approved for the village to be built all the way down to Arrow Street. That is bringing a lot of retail space, a lot of restaurants, some rental property also, and I think we're in much need of all of that here in South Claremont. A lot of people do complain that there's not a lot happening in South Claremont, so I think that's going to bring in a lot of business to the city, specifically to the south portion of that, and also bring the property values up. Right now, there's not a lot of houses over $1 million in South Claremont, and I think after the construction happens, we can expect all of these houses between $700,000 and $850,000 to hover just around $1 million or even over that. So this is a great time to buy in South Claremont and to see your houses improve in value in the next 5 to 10 years. We are going to be doing more videos in Claremont just to show mid Claremont, because that's going to be closer to $800,000 to $900,000, $900,000 to $1 million. And then we're going to go towards North Claremont, closer to the 210 freeway. And those prices are going to be closer to $1 million to $1.5 million. And once you go over the freeway, we can expect higher prices. It's going to be interesting to see those neighborhoods and how they compare to each other when it comes to the square footage, the architecture, the actual houses on the market, and the ones that sold in those areas. So stay tuned for that. Please let me know if you have any questions about San Gabriel Valley, about the market, about real estate period. And remember that we can help you with buying, selling, and investing here in California. So thank you for watching. This was Sebastian, and make sure you subscribe to the channel.